Bart the Fink is quite an interesting episode of The Simpsons, and I think for me, one of my favourite Krusty episodes, because we get to see Krusty in a different way. Most of the time, or at least often, Krusty is in the TV studio, so anytime we see him outside of his natural environment, if you like, he behaves or acts differently, and we get to dig a little bit deeper into who he is. And that's the case here. This is the 15th episode of the 7th season of The Simpsons. It's directed by Jim Reardon, and it aired originally in April 1996. And Bart accidentally, in a way that is actually meant to be quite heartfelt to begin with, being a doting fan and wanting Krusty's autograph, accidentally makes the IRS aware of some tax problems that Krusty has, by which I mean tax fraud. And the IRS go after him like a ton of bricks, and everything changes. He no longer has any money. He's obviously been outed as this fraud, so people view him differently. His entire life has changed. And because of that, he decides to disappear, go into hiding. And then something tragic happens that could be the end of Krusty. But is it? I won't say any more than that, but it's definitely quite a dramatic episode. Certainly it's a lesson in how not to do your taxes. I don't think The Simpsons necessarily made this as a lesson for people who are maybe committing tax fraud. I don't think they necessarily said, let's show how it can eat you up if you are found out. But certainly the lesson is there if you want to see it. Bart has a lot of conflicting emotions about what has happened. In a way, it's his fault that Krusty was found out, but at the same time, he didn't commit the fraud. It's not his fault. But he begins to see Krusty everywhere, kind of like a bereavement, and it's definitely a really interesting look as Krusty as a character. I can't say too much more on that without spoiling it, but I really liked how the episode developed. I like how it kept some information back, kept us guessing a bit. It is very dramatic, and I'd say it's probably one of the least funny Krusty episodes, but I actually like that. It's not void of humour. It does have its moments, but I like the fact that in some ways it's taken Krusty as a human. Well, as a are they humans? Can we? That's not the right word, is it? As a character, more seriously. I guess the Simpsons are humans, but they don't have human number of fingers. I'm sure there's a concrete answer to whether or not The Simpsons and the other characters are meant to be humans, but obviously there are distinct differences that suggest otherwise. Either way, as a person, it makes us look at him differently, and I really, really think they did a very good job with that. So, as I said, I think it's one of my favourite Krusty episodes. Maybe not my favourite, I'm not sure which one that would be, but Bart the Fink is definitely high up there